Maine. We're in Maine. We did the last 48th continental U.S. state. Yippee!
Yay.
Yay!
We're going to Alaska in a while. Let's go.
Yep, got a paddle.
That's to Hawaii.
Yeah. You could paddle to Alaska. Unless you want to go through Canada land. But it's chilly. What's the matter?
Oh! We beat it! We beat it, I tell you.
Got my feetsies. What's your plan there, Hunter?
I don't know. Make a big sand hill.
Sand hill?
Yeah.
How's the water, Hunter?
It's cold!
It's cold!
I tried to tell you it was cold.
He's up. Briefly. And he's down. Yeah, pretty good force. Hunter's got his quaggin shirt on. We're getting ready to go under the Massachusetts Bay, under the water.
Launched in 1797, the USS Constitution is the oldest commissioned warship afloat in the world. She earned her nickname during the War of 1812, when British cannonballs bounced off her hull fighting HMS Guerriere. The secret? A 3-layered hull up to 21 inches thick, with a core of dense southern live oak, one of the hardest, heaviest woods in North America, far tougher than the oak used in British ships. A sailor watching shots rebound shouted, "Her sides are made of iron." Undefeated in battle, she captured or destroyed over 30 enemy vessels, and today she's still crewed by active-duty Navy sailors in Boston Harbor.
Do they? They're just like floating.
Yep.
Their nose is up.
That's what they do.
Really?
Yep. Well, they gotta breathe, so.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Mine don't need
Such peaceful guys.
Just a happy little city.
He's got his feet crossed.
He's so comfy.
They're like little bubbles. Just bobbing around. That's hilarious.
They're definitely very buoyant.
Yeah.
Floating. Yeah.
Okay, buddy. I'm going back down to the depths.
Bye.
Just falling. Don't mind me.
It's goofy.
Dave, I know. Where's your mother?
Friends and our exploration station on the 3rd level of the building. Would you want to catch that? That's going to be the 3rd level.
Yeah. Here it comes. Hi. What's up?
Go ahead and place a hand in so they know that hand is coming. Put your hands in lets the animals know that you are wanting them to come over for those touches and that you are safe.
They're doing penguin things. they got to work to go down. He's following her around. Yeah. Yeah. They're like, hey, what's going on over here? Look, he's following her.
Oh, he's drifting.
Nom. Yeah, that was definitely a squid.
How long can sea turtles stay underwater for?
20 minutes.
If they're swimming, sea turtles can hold their breath for about 6 hours. They can actually lower their metabolism, slow down their heart rate, and even cut off blood flow to certain parts of their body to help them save oxygen while they're sleeping. If they're swimming around and active, they can hold their breath for about 15 to 30 minutes. For our turtles, they're usually underwater for about an hour before they'll hold for breath. But if they're out in the ocean, typically deep down at the bottom, they can hold their breath for up to 6 hours if they really need to go. Our current Hercules theory is currently fully sharp metabolism. She is about 5'8", weighs about 75 pounds. The reason we have a shark in here is that nurse sharks are intended for a bottom-dwelling shark. That means that they don't have to be swimming all the time to be able to breathe. They kind of count down at the bottom, where some of the bigger sharks we tend to think of, like Great Lake sharks or tiger sharks, those are the sharks that do need to be moving all the time. We've got lots of places where she can tuck in and rest all around the baby. 10 to 15 years. Here at the aquarium, though, they will often outlive that wild lifespan.
Way over there.
They also can vary by species. Some species have different patterns. They can actually lower their metabolism.
Salmon. And trout. Electric seal. Grayson, are you electric? Yep. You're generating electricity. At least some.
What's he doing?
Seeing if he's electric like an eel.
He's not. That's a big eel.
Yeah, it is. Piranha over there. You know, my brother had one when I was growing up. My brother had a pet piranha named Herb. We used to feed him meat, put it in the aquarium. Looked just like that.
Yeah, what's hacky?
He was about half that size. See their little teeth.
I bet you could just pick up that tail and be like,
There's a yellow spotted turtle. Red-tailed catfish.
Yeah. Man, he's fat.
That's the one over there, Danny.
he is sitting there.
Posing. I mean, they're zooming.
Yeah, they're very fast.
They are very fast. Oh, the big one got down.
Zoomed in there, specimens.
Yeah. Punchy time.
They're ready.
And this provide on their own. Close those two up right here at the viewing area in one of our females.
See her? That's a different
Other
That's a boy back there. He's dancing. She didn't want to wait. Are you done? Because if we move, we can't come back. Because other people want to watch. What do you want to do? Want to watch a little longer?
Here. Now it'll finally move around forward. This makes us very fast. And you move like a worm. Cannot rotate that his own.
We're gonna want 4 flats.
Now, you may get one right now, and it'll fit on. Maybe it's a strong other issue that wind east ski line, and it will do presentation. So,
He wants to play.
that he is really like that thing. All the line, gets to know each animal, have vegetables. There's not only certain ground and the boy, so that we're able to rebuild that for the first time, we're stepping up to the play.
How it's furry.
We can compare ourselves being like that, right? But we so rough, we're quicker rough. And of course, then when that's what you like, absolutely, that is right, fish, and a whole lot of it. Our Sealands eat a restaurant quality diet of sustainably sourced seafood, care, occasionally, aquatic, and starch. Why the train within the full excellent care of their health. They don't visit without animals coming their own home and then supplement relationships with them. So if I want to know your reaction, you're not looking for whiskey. So I know. We're able to get the exact same day here for wind power and device. We have to put over
Get them upside down. Look at them upside down.
Now, many of these healthcare behaviors, they will have a general life down. I teach you what these positions are all on. You cross the number of these lines, why that's not a happy everybody buying their lines down, you know, and allowing them to talk over their bodies, it's quite a remarkable would be. But they really do around the clock. Now, you need one of the calendar and we'll pray.
It's like when I would go to school, we learn things every day, so we can see and mold their bodies and be different to different. That over time, we learn to body and starting to play things entirely, and then signal kind of feel a brand new behavior. Partly, no coloring, later.
Oh, you want to say?
Then we know how to spin around in a circle. Water. Now, what you're going to have to let something straight to the wall, back to the wall. You know, right over the next spot. And then everybody in their vehicle, vandals throughout the day. So we can be important. You can really manage out. But they're around the clock for that. Great, Carly. You don't have to do all the program. Let's see what happens when you find those in the head. Now that is from a method of training called paving. We also use another method of training called scanning. The factor more natural behavior they will be doing it every time. The factor and signal treatment. Part of some grade here is a focusing behavior. This is something that we like when you're okay. Pressure is like start with the level, or things down, fix it a while. Multiple that you not repeat the same behavior twice. People probably have one is fine. In the all thing is up on the test. Other things, little guy in here. I'll lay it out and I'll balance it. This behavior is really cool because the challenges are people having the big freaking of the thing. It's a really good way for us to get a glimpse into what they might be thinking about. Something is so much different about the future. Oftentimes, they will do behaviors will be trained like that from local sometimes they'll be totally new and unique. And you probably really different. Raising hold and they like this again. We may have really work with a lot of young events and hopefully harder will alter that behavior again. And have it and they don't do it. Let's give probably one more few rounds of applause for us. We're doing very strong. So long as you have a lot of I want to thank you all so much for playing them, but also on the thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
While difficult to see as we pass over Charlestown, we can see the Battle of Bunker Hill monument to the right and the steeple of the Old North Church to the left in Boston. The Old North Church steeple was where lanterns were hung by patriots, one if by land, two if by sea, to alert the patriots across the bay in Charlestown of the movement of British regulars. The Battle of Bunker Hill is the site of the first major battle of the Revolution, where the British ultimately succeeded in taking the hill but lost over 40% of the force, including a devastating share of its officers, and was a reality check that the British were dealing with a much tougher and more determined group and not disorganized rabble. Late on the night of April 18, 1775, some 700 British regulars assembled on the shores of Boston. Their commander, Lieutenant Colonel Francis Smith, carried secret orders from General Thomas Gage, march to Concord, destroy the colonial military stores hidden there, and return before the countryside could rise. But the countryside was already stirring. Alarm riders, Paul Revere, William Dawes, and Samuel Prescott, galloped through the dark, waking militia in every town. By the time Smith set out, surprise was gone. At dawn, the advance guard under Major John Pitcairn reached Lexington Green, where about 70 militiamen under Captain John Parker stood waiting. Parker never meant to fight, only to make a statement. In the confusion, a shot was fired, no one knows by whom. The British loosed a volley and charged. 8 Americans lay dead, 10 wounded. The regulars cheered and pressed on.
We're all having a meeting.
What's that? The statue of the first meeting houses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having a meeting.
Okay.
I'm not sure what about.
Yeah, this is where somebody fired a shot, and then they all started shooting at each other. Oh, this is the site of old belfry from which the alarm was rung. Okay, so an old building where they had a bell. Yeah. Which rock is that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I can't read that far.
The captain that's over there, the statue, Captain Parker, he's the one that said, "Stand your ground, don't fire unless fired upon, but if they mean to have a war, let it begin here." And it did.
At Concord, they began burning captured supplies, but the rising smoke was misread by militia above the North Bridge. Believing the town was being torched, they advanced. Smith's outnumbered detachment fell back across the bridge. A shot rang out, likely from a nervous regular. Then a British volley killed 2 Americans, Captain Isaac Davis and Private Abner Hosmer. Now the militia answered, "Fire, fellow soldiers, for God's sake, fire!" 2 regulars fell and the British retreated.
That's where they were shot, on the bridge. And the British, there were 96 British, 400 Americans, and apparently the British did fire first. The British were sent to hold this bridge until they realized they were dramatically outnumbered, and then they freaked out.
But most of us just stand here and we never thought we'd see the Queen's soldiers going through anybody. When we figure out the soldiers not firing down Concord, we let those 120 men march from Barrett's Farm, the Redcoats, march from Barrett's Farm through here. And you imagine how they felt. Pushing 200 yards from the soldiers who they probably were scared, some of them were running. But we don't touch them. We let them go back into Concord. We don't touch them. Okay, we're going to start walking back to the trolley. So, thank you. Colonel Smith, even when he gets the men from Barrett's Farm back with him in Concord, he still isn't asking the soldiers to march out of Concord yet. Even though he and his officers, they can see the numbers, Mr. Minutemen are growing and growing and growing. And he's becoming concerned that his exit might be cut out. He might be encircled in Concord. The British dead, 73. American dead, 49. British wounded 174. American wounded 41. British missing 26. American missing.
The reason they put it over there is because there was no bridge at the time, so they couldn't come over.
Had to rebuild it.
They had to rebuild it.
Gotcha.
It was rebuilt a number of times.
Okay. But they retreated which direction?
That direction.
Okay.
Conquered.
Gotcha.
And they retreated back towards Boston, and that's really when the big battles began.
And they were under fire from what area, they think?
The battle road there.
I mean, when they were on
their beginning, Miriam's Corner, it's called.
Right.
And the battle started.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's actually the next battle after this one.
Right.
The British regrouped, but they were sorely outnumbered because there's loads of colonists feeding in from towns all over the area.
So they were, I mean, the British were obviously trying to hold the bridge, and they were under fire from what direction, or multiples?
The militia were on this side, the British were on that side.
Gotcha.
So the British fired first.
Yeah.
And the militia, the colonists were told not to fire unless fired upon.
Right.
They were fired upon, and their commander said fire.
Fire, absolutely.
And,
right.
That's when the war started. That was the shot heard around the world.
The British definitely were on this side then, and they were, I mean,
right.
so it wasn't like they were surrounded necessarily. They were just...
They were surrounded. They were on either side of the bridge. The British actually came over the bridge for a little while, and they saw the men marching down. They retreated, and there's 400 militia up there, colonists up, and only about 97 British. So they were sorely outnumbered. So they tried to rip up the bridge. They tried to pull the planks off the bridge, but they couldn't, and they retreated to that side. And that's when they had conflicting orders, and there was a lot of confusion.
Gotcha.
They just fired on the colonists.
Were they, I guess they were aware of what had happened in Lexington, the British were at this point.
Yeah, they were, because they were part of the group that marched through.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they would have been. Right.
They all, I don't know how many of the soldiers here were at Lexington, but they would have known about it.
Yeah.
Because they shot 8 colonists, but the colonists did not return fire there.
Probably still pretty surreal to the soldiers that this was actually happening.
Yeah. They didn't come up here to start a war. They just came up here to grab munitions and keep the munitions away from the colonists. But yeah, it didn't go well for them.
Yeah.
It didn't go well for either of them.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. Well, I don't think either side expected it to spin out of control the way it did.
Totally unexpected. And that was, but
yeah,
I guess that's how wars begin.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it. Great information. Thank you. The whole area there at Battle Road was a battle from Miriam's Corner, where the militia started firing on the British as they retreated. They were going back toward Boston, trying to get back to Boston. It was on at that point. From right here, they're like, get the heck out of here, run away. Battle Road Trail. So this is actually the trail versus the road. So it's close. It almost follows the road. It does follow the road in several places. And there's the Battle Green where we were in Lexington, where it originally started. Oh, that's their return. But that's where Paul Revere's route started. But that's the British retreating. 96 men against 400 colonists that were on the opposite side. Yeah, and that's when the British fired, and he said, "Fire, fellow soldiers, for God's sake, fire." I guess they hit somebody, would be my guess. Well, yeah. At least according to that video. They hit an American or two, and he's like, "Fire! Return fire!"
The march back was a nightmare. Militia fired from behind stone walls and trees the whole way. Smith was wounded, his men exhausted, and only Earl Percy's brigade saved the column. By nightfall, the British had suffered nearly 300 casualties, and the American Revolution had begun.